Hi, I'm Simon Hill and you're watching Purebred Red's Adelaide United Fan TV.
Hi, I'm Daniel Mullen, former Adelaide United player and Asian Champions League winner with Western Sydney Wanderers. When it comes to any of my soccer needs, I do my shopping here at Soccer Locker. An Australian-owned and operated business, the store is located at Shop 5 of 181 to 183 Grange Road, Findon. Founded in 2017, Soccer Locker was introduced into the market to fulfil all the soccer-related needs of Australians, providing a huge range of quality clothing and equipment ranging from soccer balls, team kits, goalkeeper gear, accessories and much more. Recently arrived stock also includes stunning retro kits from some of our favourite past eras as fans of the world game. Soccer Locker is a specialist in premier range boots, Adidas and Puma, goalkeeper gear and licensed merchandise. Visit us online at www.soccerlocker.com.au with free delivery Australia-wide. So get shopping now at our Findon store, open from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday and open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
G'day guys and welcome to the Purebred Reds Adelaide United Fan TV. I'm your host Ellis Gelios coming to you with a preview of our game against Western United at Cooper Stadium. So I'm joined by an ex-player who had some wonderful years at the club, played 86 games for Adelaide United across two stints between 2009 and 2013. It's his third time on the show. Fyfey, welcome. How are you, mate?
Good. Thank you, mate. How are you?
Very well, very well. Great to get you on the show once again. So much going on, mate. You've got a training session to run very, very soon, so we're going to race through this one. But so much going on, like I mentioned there off the top, Fyfey. It's a big game coming up against Western United, 4-year-old club, Adelaide United. It's a 7:05 kickoff, guys, so make sure you're tuning in on Fox Sports or KO Sports. As always, just quickly in terms of squad news, Mohamed Toure returns and James Delianov is very close. He'll play in the NPL this Saturday against who else but Iain Fyfe's Campbelltown. And Fyfey will talk a little more about your game at the end of the interview here, which is going to be a big one against the Adelaide United youth team on Saturday. But first things first, mate, just looking at that performance against Wellington last Sunday, you've won championships as a player with Sydney FC and as a coach with Campbelltown as well. When you're on the road and winning, you've just got to close the game out if you're going to be a serious contender at this stage of the season. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I think they would have thought the same thing. No, Carl probably would have great opportunity to go top. Let's hope they get another opportunity to go top and to stay top. Yeah, I'm sure they would have been kicking themselves. That was a real fantastic opportunity. I guess you can only learn from that and then move forward.
If you're Carl Veart, do you ring the changes going into the game against Western United, or is there no reason to panic just yet based on that performance against Wellington last weekend?
No, I don't think there's any need to panic. It's I think the boys, I've actually, I miss a fair few games, but the ones that I have watched with Adelaide United, especially lately, they've been really great to watch, especially at home. And their bigger type players are really firing at the moment as well and leading the way, scoring goals, setting up goals. I think defensively, great shape, and playing really good football, attractive, attacking, positive football. So I wouldn't say Carl panicked too much.
It was looking like we were relatively home and hosed for a while, Fyfey. However, unbelievably, we can now exit the top 6 this weekend if we lose and if other results go against us. Is this the type of thing that can rattle the players going into the game?
I don't think at that level it would rattle you as a player. It would probably do the opposite. I would say it would focus you a little bit more on the task at hand. And it would kind of make you a stronger unit, knowing that these pressures are on you, but as a player you enjoy those pressures, and especially when you come out of it the other side, and you get the points on the board, and you get the 3 points, and you kind of go towards the top of the ladder instead of towards the middle of the ladder. It's a good feeling, and it will kind of galvanise the group a little bit more if they can pull through and get a couple of good results in a row now.
Yeah, very well said. We hope that'll be the case. Our record at home against Western United is pretty shocking, Fyfey. Last time out, they crucified us here 6-1, and that was the game that sent us in to the COVID shutdown. Would this be weighing on the minds of the players at all going into this game?
Again, I think it would be a little bit of motivation there. They can pull upon kind of the way they felt after that game, and say, we don't want to feel that again. Probably a different kind of team now, a more confident team as well. I think going into this game, I think maybe back then it was a little bit of young squad as well. So in terms of the inner belief in each individual, maybe they were still searching for that a little bit more. And I think over the last few weeks they found that. Certainly have as a team, but also as individuals as well. So the young lads are playing really well as well. So, like I said, I think it's a different team coming into this game. I think that Western United will be aware of that, and it will be a different story. I think a different result, certainly a far different result from the last result.
Yeah, you're right. Different team, different players, and a different manager back then. And it feels like years ago, doesn't it? But we'll move along. Now, you've played against Carl Veart and Ross Aloisi plenty of times before in your professional career. What have you made of our management team so far this season, and how they're getting on?
Well, I think so far, I mean, it's hard to judge too much at this stage of the season. It's always best to judge it at the end of the season and see what results come their way. But if you were just to judge on what's been happening so far, you would have to say it's pretty positive. I think it's a reflection of how the players are playing. The players are playing with what looks like enjoyment and what looks like freedom and expression. Then I think that you can kind of get a gauge from that as to how they feel like how the coaching staff are going. It seems like they want to play for the coaching staff. Obviously, there's a connection there with the South Australian lads. So, these guys came through playing for Adelaide United when Adelaide United were in its first years. They played in the state previously, obviously, for a number of years as well, Adelaide City and things like that. So there's a connection there. The thing with this state and soccer in this state, football in this state, is that we love a team full of South Australians, and we really get behind it. So, and what you find is the community, the South Australian soccer community, is quite a tight-knit bunch, and they want to see each other do well. So, I know these guys personally, so I want to see them do well. I think they're capable of doing it. I think they're ultimately showing that in terms of how the team is playing, but also I think that they're capable of coaching at that level. I think they've proved that now. Ross especially, he's been there for a number of years, but Carl was a head coach. I think he's proven that he can certainly coach at that level. And, at the end of the day, you just want them to be rewarded, the team, but also the club itself with silverware. So let's hope that, it's not just a year where, it was a great year. We came, in the top 2, top 3. You want it to be a reward at the end, which is silverware, whether that be the minor premiership or the grand final.
Yeah, you are definitely right on the money. Now, just moving along, talking about Western United, this season, what have you made of them so far? And I just want to ask you, as a follow-up there, the strike force of Diamanti, Alessandro Diamanti, that is, and Besart Berisha, where do you rank that attack in the overall best attacking lineups you've seen in the history of the A-League across what you've seen, and also teams that you might have played against or played with, for that matter?
I really enjoy it. I mean, I think most football fans have enjoyed watching Berisha play for a number of years now. Diamante, though, is just such a technically gifted player. It's incredible to watch him play, and just to see how fantastic he is on the ball in terms of picking passes and having ideas in his head before he receives the ball is something that a lot of our younger players can learn from. He's such an important character to have in our league, because we want to produce these players. We produce a lot of the same kind of players that are really important for players like that to come here, play in our league. But most importantly, to get exposure for our younger players to see what it takes. The technical ability of these players are excellent. So pleasure to watch. In terms of where does it stack up against players I've played against? I've played against some good players in the league for sure. One for me that stands out is probably, although past his prime, is Del Piero. He's obviously a class act. Even at that age, he was still just had glimpses of genius within him. So it was a pleasure to be in the same field as him. But that was probably the best that I would have came up against. In terms of dynamic forward lines over the years, I can't even remember. I played that long ago. But there was some really good, Melbourne Victory with Archie and Danny Allsop. They were quite good. But then you had, Fernando Rec and Q for Adelaide. They were really good as well. I think they linked up really well. And then we were lucky enough when I was at Sydney as well. I had some really good forwards. I played with some really good forwards in this league, like real top class forwards. Big Serge VD at Adelaide United. We had some really good players as well. Adelaide United, creative players, Marcos, Marcello, these kind of players, Travis. I was lucky enough to play with and against really, really good technical players.
Do you have any memories of marking Bess? Any happy ones? Nah,
I remember he was just snarling a lot. He was real angry. That's what I remember. He was really angry. If you play, you love to play against him. I remember me and Bogues. He used to always have clashes with Bogues. So I don't know if they still do or if they're mates now. I don't know. But he was always leaving a foot in. He had that little nasty streak in him, which was, if he's on your team, that's a fantastic attribute to have, to really go into each game kind of like it's a one-on-one battle, one-on-one war with those defenders. And us as defenders, we love those challenges as well. So he was always just leaving a foot in, or you'd always come out of it with a bruise here or there with Bess. Yeah,
don't doubt it, mate. He still keeps going somehow. I just want to get a quick prediction from you, Fyfey. Who wins this game?
I believe Adelaide United will win. I really do. I think that they still have the momentum, although Western United have been having a couple of good results of late. But United have something at the moment that they can really hold on to if they continue to play the way they're playing. You can sense a little bit of momentum, real positive energy within the group. I think they fear no one. That's clear. So I honestly feel that Adelaide United will win. Probably, it'll be a tight game, but I would say probably 2-1.
Beautiful. We can only hope it happens. Fyfey, let's discuss you and Campbelltown. What a season it was last year. Challenges early on, you were thrown into the equation, but then you managed to somehow smooth it all out so beautifully well. You ended up winning the championship against the highly fancied Comets. Tell us how it all came about to be so swimmingly, your transition into that role last season.
Yeah, well, it was obviously Phil Stubbins was in charge at the time, and I was his assistant. I was in the role of not too sure if I wanted to be a coach, to be honest with you. Kind of had a chat to Phil and people around the club, and they said, "Oh, give it a go." And I said, "Well, I'll give it a go and see if I want to be a coach, because I'm not too sure." I've seen all the work that Joe had done previously, and how tight his schedule is. I was for a number of years, so I wasn't too sure. I obviously didn't have my badges, so I wasn't really keen on coaching, to be honest with you. And then over the coming months, it kind of grew on me, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being a part of Phil Stubbins' coaching staff. I enjoyed a different perspective on being on the field and learning a completely different way, because it is completely different to being a player. And then, Phil, I think, probably had a little bit enough. He had a bit on his plate at the time. So, yeah, he just decided, he focused towards other things, and he had an academy at the time as well. I think he still has that. So that was really taken off. And, yeah, so he was focused on a little bit of other things at that time, and there was an opportunity there. And I thought it would be, a good opportunity for me to kind of guide these guys towards, success. I think there was maybe 12 games left. So, yeah, I just, kind of fell into the role a little bit, and then loved it from the moment I took over from that, in the head coach position. Loved it from the moment I remember the feeling that week, and then the coming weeks. And obviously winning helps drive that feeling, and it kind of pushed me towards a real thought process of, yeah, I could do this. I enjoy doing it, and I want to pursue it. But I had a great group of players to work with. That's for sure. And I think we all drove it together. And full credit goes to the players. And I was new coming into the role, so I take my hat off to the lads. They helped within everyone at the club helped. So, yeah, it's just kind of grown into this position now. I find myself in the head coaching position this year. Different challenge. We've lost players. We've brought players in. So completely different. Again, you have to look at other players, sign players, let players go, unfortunately, for different reasons. There's so much to it's like a full-time job with, not many rewards. But you do it because you love it. You do it because that great feeling on a Saturday of winning games and winning trophies. And I've been lucky enough to do that here for a number of years as a player, and I was lucky enough to do it last season as a coach. So I want that feeling to continue.
Yeah, and like you pointed out there, not the strongest start to your season, but early doors, and we know that Campbelltown always finish very strongly. Let's just quickly discuss the game this weekend. You'll be playing in a huge game against Adelaide United's NBL team. Both sides not having started in the best of form, but it is a huge game, and you must be wary of all the talent that this Adelaide United NPL outfit has this season. Fyfey, they absolutely stocked with some real big names in there. This is going to be a huge game, obviously, and I implore all Adelaide United fans to follow up Friday night's A-League game by getting out to Campbelltown on Saturday afternoon, for it's going to be a huge one.
It certainly will be, yeah. I think Adelaide have come off a couple of bad results, but that isn't any reflection on the way Ayrton's got them playing. I think they're playing some good football. It's a young group, so they're going to, they're not going to, win every game, which is, expected, as long as they're improving. And usually with Adelaide United teams, youth teams, they usually start, a little bit slow, but towards the end, they're actually a really tough opponent to play against. So we're lucky enough to play them in the preseason, so we know what they're capable of. They're very, very well organised. There's a lot of really good talent within the team, obviously. players with A-League experience. So we have our work cut out. There's no doubt about that. That's how we're approaching it. We're here at training now. We've done our due diligence in terms of watching video analysis and seeing how they set up and seeing how our game plan will kind of go up against theirs and how we want to approach the game as well. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy, every Saturday coaching these bunch of players. So this Saturday will be no different.
Well, everyone keep tabs on Iain Fyfe. What an amazing achievement to win a championship in your maiden season as a senior coach. Good luck on Saturday, Fyfey. It's going to be a very important game for the home side. I'll be there watching. Can't wait. Two teams obviously I have massive respect for, but the success that Campbelltown have achieved is just absolutely unprecedented in this state. And obviously there's so much history between Campbelltown and Adelaide United in regards to people like yourself, a lot of affiliation. Thank you so much for joining us at short notice tonight, Fyfey. All the best Saturday, mate. And you better get off to that training session. Good luck.
I better get off to it. Yeah. Good on you. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.